Okay, so we're back again for an update. We're basically on day 7 today. So we went through the whole week. The first week is gone. That was called Phase 1, Reclaim. Reclaim was phasing out your foods, rehydrating your body, and preparing for change. So tomorrow starts the second week, but let's talk about this week and how it went. We know on day 1 that some of the things that you had done, we were ready to get started. It took a lot of shopping and preparation and all. So what was the hardest part about this first phase of the ultimate reset?
The hardest part was probably adjusting to the food schedule, having to buy a lot of foods that I didn't buy before, finding everything, preparing meals ahead of time, and actually fitting them in and eating them at the times you're supposed to eat them. The schedule is difficult if you work and if you have active kids and your schedule is kind of hectic. You're supposed to really follow the schedule. That was a little difficult to adjust to.
Yeah, it's pretty regimented, right?
Yes.
Did you follow it pretty much?
I mean, pretty much where if I couldn't, I had my meal as soon as I could, but mostly right to schedule, yeah.
All right, so there is some flexibility to that to some degree, right?
Well, there is and there isn't. I mean, it's a schedule and you have to follow it.
So you have a basic meal plan. It tells you all the meals, how to cook them and everything?
Water, supplements, everything's got to be at a certain time.
Okay. I guess the only thing about that is there are some substitutions or things that if you can't find them, maybe you could substitute with a couple of other things though, right?
I really didn't substitute anything. No,
okay.
I didn't substitute anything. If I couldn't find something really rare like the jicama, I finally found that, but I didn't have it for the first couple of days. That was a hard thing to find. It did just say, follow it to a T as much as you can, and if you can't find something, just omit it.
Okay. So you didn't cheat at all?
No.
Stayed right on?
Yes.
How did your body react to it? How did you feel?
Well, at first, I think I told you I was experiencing headaches. I had pretty bad headaches for the first 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
And then those stopped, and I actually felt some hamstring pain is what it felt like. Aches and pains I was experiencing on like the 4th and 5th day. But I was reading up on it, and it did say that as your body was releasing the toxins, you would start to feel aches and pains in your body, which to me, it felt like I was laying in bed and I could feel it. I thought I pulled both of my hamstrings, and I knew I didn't. I knew I didn't.
Okay.
And that stopped after 2 days, and that was done. So I couldn't have pulled my hamstrings, or it wouldn't have only hurt for 2 days.
All right. So these are things that they talk about in the guide or on the videos and such. That these are things that'll typically happen.
I went on the website and I was reading up on it. It was very helpful, and it said that these were the things that you were going to experience, which kind of made me feel better because I couldn't understand why the back of my hamstrings were hurting me.
So the information is pretty clear and exists out there on the web and everything about how to do these things.
There's a lot of information there. In fact, you get an email every day that's sent to you, and you sign up on the website, but you get an email every day that kind of goes over what your meals are going to be for the day. And also does say you might be experiencing this or you might be experiencing that, and it reminds you to drink more water and make sure if you're having headaches, the water will help with that.
All right, so the headaches we talked initially about, it may have been from not drinking coffee to the caffeine withdrawal, but...
It could have been still a little bit of that, but...
Basically some of the other coaches were telling me that was more releasing the toxins, and it makes sense. So you had a couple things happen, which is the aches in the body and the headaches. So those are normal, but those are gone right now?
We're at the end of week 1. There's no more headaches. There's no more aches and pains, muscle soreness, nothing like that anymore.
All right. Now, what about exercise? Have you been doing any exercise?
Just walking twice a day if I can, but mostly once a day.
Okay, so it's not based on exercise. This is more based on the nutrition.
And the supplements.
They don't want you to
water.
exercise, but you have been walking.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going into phase 2, the release. It talks about releasing the toxic compounds. It's going to give you a gentle colon cleanse. And the main part of the release phase is that the diet changes and the meal plans change. What are the big changes to that?
Well, you phased out meat and dairy in the first week. There wasn't that much of it. You only did have a little, but now there will be none of that. It'll just be fruits, vegetables, and grains. So you'll be on a full vegetarian diet the second week.
Okay, and there's also a lot of legumes, right? Legumes.
Yep.
All right, so there's no animal products in phase 2.
No.
It's not vegan, but it is vegetarian.
Yep.
All right, fantastic. Is
that
the
will
menu...
actually be easier for me.
Oh, really? It's going to be easier?
It's going to be easier as far as buying and preparing.
Okay,
food.
so not a lot of different weird things, but mostly fruits, vegetables, and things that you can find easily in a nice grocery
and
store.
prepare easily.
Is a lot of the stuff organic, or do they ask you to get specific?
Some stuff they ask to be organic, but they don't specify that everything. You know, mostly they just want things to be fresh. They don't specify that it has to be organic.
Okay, well, there's nothing better living on East End of Long Island. We got a lot of good homegrown stuff here. What else changes this week? Do you add some new supplements or anything?
You have to add the detox packet. So you still, use the oxygenize, the mineralize, the alkalinize, which I'm not a fan of, but I take it once a day.
It's still not going down easy.
It's not going down easy. I decided to put it with less water to get it down faster, and then chug some water after it. So
harsh is better.
Yes, but we're adding in the colon cleansing, the detox packet this week.
Okay, and you have to take that a few times a day,
3 times a day, yep. So I hope it's as gentle as they say it is.
Okay, well, obviously, it sounds to me like when you do that you're going to release a lot more toxins. There could be some other side effects to that, too.
You're going to be releasing something.
Yeah, well, that's a cleansing, but... all right, so talk to me about energy level and stuff. Have you had any differences, or...?
Slightly increased, but I haven't seen a major increase in energy yet.
Okay, some people were talking about maybe it happens in phase 2. They were sleeping a little bit better. Have you felt that yet?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not really.
So maybe it's coming.
I have a little more energy in the late afternoon, which is where I didn't have energy. So that's where I see it a little bit better, but I'm sure that's going to continue to get better.
All right. What about any weight loss or any changes to your body or anything?
I've lost about 5 pounds in the first week, which came off in the first few days, and then it's just been kind of maintaining there. But
okay. How do you feel otherwise? Do your clothes fit better? Or
yeah, my clothes are fitting, like my jeans and my pants I can feel are a little bit more loose, so they definitely, I feel lighter.
Okay. Some of the people say that the weight loss is one component of it, but also that their body chemistry and their body composition changes a lot. So perhaps that's going to be a big thing. All right. So anything else you want to add to it?
Nope. Just that first week was a success, and looking forward to the second week.
All right. So the bottom line, I got to do this in a few weeks. Is this going to be hard for me or what?
Nothing's hard for you.
Oh, all right. Whatever. That wasn't a plug for me, but. All right, so you ready for phase 2?
Ready for phase 2.
Okay, let's do this. Good luck.
Thanks.